Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. Charged with third-degree felony DWI, third offense or more, is Weldon David Jordan, age 33. Thursday, an off-duty police officer noted Jordan's driving at the corner of Arbela Road and Wildcat Way. An on-duty Sulphur Springs police officer was dispatched to the area. The officer made contact with the driver at the convenience store parking lot as the driver exited his vehicle. The smell of alcoholic beverage on the driver's breath was noted by the officer. A blood test revealed Jordan's intoxication over the limit for driving. Jordan is in Hopkins County Jail on a $10,000 bond. Again, third-degree felony. Public intoxication and drinking and driving are a bad mix, and the mix is increasing in Sulphur Springs and Hopkins County in the past few weeks, according to offenses filed, arrests made, and incarceration of several in the Hopkins County Jail. Sheriff-elect Lewis Tatum told KSST News that with the advent of summer, public intoxication and driving under the influence of alcohol and drugs increases. He also stated that he expects attacks on mailboxes in the county to begin in the next few weeks. He stated that although adults are often the ones who are driving under the influence, teenagers are also more active in inappropriate activities in the summer when school is not in session. Tatum encourages parents to continue supervision during the summer months. He said, quote, "Know where your child is and what he or she is doing, especially after 10 p.m. Police Chief Jay Sanders concurs with Tatum. Chief Sanders says that summertime brings an increase in PI and DWI, but also increases in property crime. He said, property crimes, criminal mischief, vehicle break-ins always skyrocket the first month school is out."
Not every Dairy Festival queen is also top of her graduating class. Miss Sydney Dietz owns the title of 2015 Dairy Festival Queen and Salutatorian of Sulphur Springs High School. She's a lovely, sweet young woman with a goal to become a doctor. Let's listen in as Sydney reviews her Dairy Festival Queen year.
It has been so much fun. All the girls are so awesome, and they all deserve the crown. They're awesome, and I've loved getting to know them, and I've known most of them just growing up here, but so much fun, and they're awesome, and I've really enjoyed just rehearsals and the milking contest and the parades and the balloons. It's been really, really fun.
Well, have you been able to help anyone, like in particular, with something or sort of guide them?
Not anyone in particular, but just giving them advice on just, for interviews, just be yourself. Don't try to find the perfect answer. Just whatever really speaks to you, that's what you need to say. And the judges know that. And talent, just don't be nervous. Just do your best, and just giving advice like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that always works.
Yes, always.
Like, be yourself. What is that old saying about be true to yourself? I think that is. And you're a good example of that. I was asking Sydney before we got started on this interview if she had ever been influenced, let's say, by some previous Dairy Festival queen, because I know little kids, sometimes they look up to the girl that's wearing the crown and the pretty dress, and I don't know what they think, but they think they might want to be that girl.
Yes. One in particular, Kate Watson Davis, was always my biggest role model growing up, and I remember when she did it, I was like, oh, I'm going to do that for sure. And I've had other queens come through that I've just really admired, and I was always so excited to get to be in this position and do the pageant, and it was so much fun, and I'm so glad I did.
And I think you have a large church family.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
To support
Yes,
them.
absolutely.
Well, you have had a busy year, so let's talk about that.
Yes.
Winning Queen last year and going through the things you learned.
Yes.
And that happens prior to a girl's senior year.
Yes.
When you are just coming out,
Yes.
junior. So then you had your senior year, and let's talk about school.
Alrighty. Well, I was involved in Stuco and Key Club, National Honor Society, the volleyball team. I was salutatorian this year for my senior class, so it's just been really, really busy. And I was always really, really busy, so.
when you got to your senior year, had you already gotten some other classes and stuff out of the way, so it wasn't such a full year academically?
You would think so, but no. Just getting ready for college and taking college classes and stuff, it never really slowed down that much. But
tell me about those. Are they called dual credit?
Dual credit. Mm-hmm. They're really, really helpful. I've gotten a lot of credit out of the way for going into my freshman year at Baylor, so that's really, really helpful. And I'm now taking more classes that are focused on my major, whereas I would have had to take more basics. So it's been really helpful.
Right, so you really feel like you're getting somewhere.
Yes.
So, and you're doing some summer study?
I'm not. I've just been so busy this summer. I didn't have time.
I understand that there's been a few graduation parties for you.
Yes, I've had so many, and yeah, it's been really busy.
And of course, we know that what Dairy Festival Queen, that title prepares you for, well, you can't really know how it might be used in your later life, but you feel that it will be of use?
Oh, absolutely. I know that last year going through the interview process, and I know that's probably not what a job interview is, but you gain confidence from that, and you know how to act and how to compose yourself, and that was really helpful because I'd never done anything like that. And just getting to go all to the ribbon cuttings and meeting all the business people in town, that's been really helpful, and just shaking hands and getting names, and it builds a confidence in you that you can do that and you're not scared to talk to anyone, and it really has been helpful.
Well, I remarked when you first came in that you don't look particularly exhausted.
Yeah, well, I am.
She said, I've pushed past that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So rehearsal tonight.
Yes.
And then the big night tomorrow night.
Big night tomorrow. I'm really excited. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Do you expect, of course, I know the stage and the auditorium look different.
Oh, it's amazing.
Please tell us a little bit of your eye view of it.
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. If you've ever been in the previous one, it was not the best, but if you come to the pageant, which I hope everyone will, it's incredible. It's so, so nice. I was completely taken back by it. It looks amazing.
I think we just wore our old one out.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, and so that is one of the new things in your life. Of course, you get to be on this stage at the very first event in that auditorium. And you mentioned a new float.
Yes, this year we got a new float, and the board was so gracious to provide that because the other one was falling apart.
We wore it out too.
Yes, we did. And so it's super nice, and had no problems with it. It's been awesome.
There have been people that have helped you.
Oh, yes,
and I know there's way too many names to name everybody, but there's probably some, that, or maybe the position that they hold that you'd like to mention.
Absolutely. Of course, my family have been incredibly supportive. My grandparents, incredibly supportive. My brother and sister for being patient with everything that I've had to do. My church family has been awesome and so supportive. Chris Kuhn was one person that showed me why we do this festival, and to honor the dairy people in this community who have worked so hard to build this community, because he really showed me just the passion that they have and how awesome it is that we get to do this and that we live in a community that can do this.
And he did help you to learn to milk?
He did help me learn to milk a cow.
So you really didn't have any resources in your family?
No, we did not.
No cows?
No cows.
So do you think you'll ever milk a cow again?
I don't know when I would.
But you could if you needed to.
But I could if I needed to, exactly.
And that gives a person extra
Absolutely.
confidence. Well, I do want to say that I'd like to hear that again about the class that you got to visit with as queen.
Yes, during the year, I got to go to Travis Elementary and read to Miss Gideon's first grade class, and it was so much fun. I didn't really know how I was going to go. I didn't know if they were going to be interested, but if you have the crown on, they're always really interested. But I got to read to them and talk to them a little bit about the dairy industry, and the Dairy Museum was so gracious, and they gave me pencils and pens and coloring books that are all dairy related to give to the kids, and little educational things, and they just ate it up. And it was so much fun to hear their comments, and all the little girls, and they were like, oh, I want to do it, and that's really rewarding to hear that you can encourage kids and inspire them to be able to want to do what I've gotten to do. So,
well, it's good to hear you say that you realize that, because sometimes we don't realize that we're in a position of influence.
Yes,
we just
absolutely.
think we're just normal people going about a normal life, but someone else is looking at you, maybe
absolutely.
up to you, and I'm glad that you see that, because now as you go forward into your career, your studies and your career, then you'll take that with you.
Absolutely.
I want to talk to you, or you tell me about your next plans, like that start, this coming Sunday or maybe Monday?
Yes.
I mean, you can put Dairy Festival behind you.
Yes, and I have a couple things that I have to go down to Baylor for, and different camps and stuff like that, getting ready. I just went to orientation about last week, so got my schedule and classes in, and so that's relieving to know that that's all done. But I leave in the middle of August, going down to Waco.
Tell us about your plan of study, the kind of field that you want to go into, and why.
I am majoring in medical humanities with pre-med, on the track for pre-med to become a doctor, and I've just really always enjoyed the medical field and the aspect of all that. And my sister actually has a heart condition, so we've always been really involved in that, and I've gotten to learn so much about cardiology, which is, I think, at this point what I want to go into, the field of study that I want to go into, just because it's very familiar, and I know there's a lot more to learn, but I've really gotten to be around that and see the patient side of that, and so I kind of know how a patient feels and how their family feels, and I think that will help me as I develop a career in that.
Okay, so medical humanities, and
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
going to Baylor.
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone else in your family gone there?
Yes, both my parents went there, and my aunt and uncle went there.
Okay.
So,
Well, I guess back on Dairy Festival, did anyone in your family previously was a Dairy Festival queen or contestant?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe my aunt was a contestant, but I'm not sure.
Okay. And we've already established that your family was not in the dairy business.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Parades are a lot of fun. You mentioned that the kids.
Oh yeah, they're so much fun, and I get so much joy out of getting to do those parades. They're so animated, and when they see you, they're so excited. And I know I get asked during the parades all the time by kids, like, are you a real queen? And it's so funny, and the comments that they make are so fun. And I know my parents, pulling the float, that's their favorite part, is getting to just roll down the window and get to hear all the kids' comments and stuff like that. And it's so much fun to talk to them and ask them if they're having a good time. And once you give them attention, they're like, oh my gosh, she talked to me. And I know it's so much fun. I love it.
We really have a great town, don't we?
Oh, absolutely. It's incredible. And that's one thing that I've really realized through this experience, is just how much this community is united and how much we rely on each other and encourage each other. And it's been incredible to see that. And I really think that it's a very unique situation. I don't think most counties and towns are like us, and it's been really neat to get to see that.
We might have been more average before, but we're not anymore. I think maybe you might not hesitate to invite some friends from college. Come back to
absolutely,
my town, 'cause
absolutely.
they would love Sulphur Springs.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Yes,
not
ma'am.
everyone has been able to say that before, because we were sleepier before. We have woken
Yes.
up. I wanted to say that I think the Dairy Festival board members really take a personal interest in your year as queen.
Oh, absolutely. They've been awesome with anything that I've needed. They were the first to give help and time and energy, and it's been so relaxing and comforting knowing that they're right behind me and that they're willing to do anything. It's incredible. There's some of the most amazing people and generous people, and I've been really, really blessed to work alongside them. So
Wonderful. Well, one day when your anniversary comes up as queen, then we'll see you back again with your crown on.
Yes.
And a sponsor, does a sponsor stay with you through the year, or do you still have a sponsor?
I don't.
Okay.
I do not.
I know those sponsors are extremely important to making
for sure.
our pageant go and our whole festival.
We're very, very thankful for them.
Okay. Do you sell tickets?
I do not.
Okay, you don't have to do that either.
Do not.
Well, do you think that tickets are still available today at the advanced price?
Yes, I know most girls have to turn them in today.
Okay.
But you can buy them at the door.
Okay. So $7 advance if you see a Dairy Festival Queens contestant, and $10 at the door. And please be there, because it's going to be a wonderful event.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I want to ask you to tell me anything else that we may have I may have not remembered to bring up, or just something that you want to, say in reflection of your year as queen.
I would just like to encourage every upcoming high schooler and upcoming junior and senior to really take advantage of this this experience. It's so much fun, and you've grown up with these girls all through grade school, most of them anyway, and you know them and you're friends with them, but you really do bond through this experience. And when you spend every night at the auditorium together, and getting to see and just really getting to know these girls, it's so much fun, and it's such a neat experience. Even if you don't win, you gain so much experience and confidence, and I would just encourage every girl to do it.
That's lovely. And I think your sister may have plans.
Yes, she will be in it next year.
Okay, we'll look for her.
Yes.
Thank you, Sydney D.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
We will see you Saturday night.
All righty.
Here's Don with sports.
Lady Cats basketball coach Jeff Chapman will have his girls' basketball camp next week. It will take place in the main high school gym Monday through Thursday. The camp for girls who will be entering the 4th through the 9th grades will take place at 9 a.m. until noon each day. Cost to attend is $40. Coach Chapman's assistant coaches, Ashton Wells and Kevin Tanton, will be on hand to help at the camp. Registration information for the camp is available on the school district website at www.ssisd.net. Campers can also be registered on the first day of camp.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.
Can they all be like that? Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Now, is this one? There's one on that end.
Boy, you run fast.
I am trying to avoid that camera, and I saw it, and I saw the red light down.
No, I'm going to ask you,
Oh no.
who came up with this concept?
Oh, don't ask me. Ask Carolyn. Carolyn knows everything. No, I don't.
Because I was asking, who came up with this idea?
Not me. I was completely shocked when I saw this when I walked in at 5:15. I love it.
Well, who made this decision? Linda, who's responsible for this concept?
Isn't it always great? It's going to look so good.
It's always great, but I want to know who came up with this.
Gina Prickett went over there. This is a guy from the gala, and so she visited with him and got all the
these ideas. And then Desi has been fabulous with us. She's, done all these suggestions and how we can change it up. And it's going to look good, Doug.
It always does, Linda. You people never cease to amaze me.
We try to make it confusing for you.
I need a mom